hmm I'm just reading this Kiplinger magazine. Yeah. hmm And I would really appreciate it if this nation would remove all the fraud. I'd like to have my sons today, and I'd like to have my custody rights enforced. Yes. And I'd like to have my right to vote enforced in the United States. And then there's that woman, Marilyn Van Proyen, and my want to sue her husband. Yeah. I would think that when you get court notices at the wrong address, just thinking about, well, what is my actual last known address? Yeah. If it could be proved in court that somebody fraudulently changed my state identification, yes, I'd like to have them prosecuted. Now, if you as a sheriff's department could just enforce the laws of the United States, I'd like to use the courts of the United States in any location where I happen to be at. Excuse me. Now, this is called the best bank, too, for you. I've been wanting to start one of these banks. I think that being in banking is really, really important. And I wanted to start just a bank. It's just a bank. Pooh. Mm. But I am confused when banks only use acronyms to describe themselves. The BBVA. What does that mean? See, I tried to think of what is the acronym mean in a bank's name. Yes, yes, yes. And for what I'm reading in these articles, banks are doing just a tremendous job of wanting to invite persons to utilize their banking. Now, Citibank and BBVA and whatever they mean, yes. I would think that there'd be some obligation to actually spell the name of the bank. And then there's the PNC. Yeah. And the families with students. I happen to have some sons that should have graduated, or one of them should have graduated this year. Yeah. But for some reason, nobody really recognizes the rights of American citizens. And then there's the credit unions. Yes, the no fee, no fuss. Yeah. hmm Now, when I woke up this morning, I got to thinking about making babies. I'd like to have 10,000 children over the next 10 to 15 years, and that would require 4 conceptions a day. And then I took into account taking a 7 to 10 days off every 6 weeks. Yes. There are the aprons that I like to see volunteer. And I got to thinking about the employees of the various companies that I like to start, the Office of Coordination. Yes, just a bank. I'm going to want to employ the best employees that have the worst home life. Let's say, yes, you want to work in my company. Yes. And you really are the best at what you do. You're a large breasted woman that realizes that every time you go home, you really dislike having sex with your spouse. Now, there are a lot of very attractive, large breasted women that are very, very professional when they're at work. Yes, they are. Very attractive. That they really don't like their home life. They don't like going home. They don't want to come to find out. Yes. But once a month, they feel an obligation to come home, and the rest of the time, they feel an obligation to come to work.